Good
Hello,
evening.
friends. How are you? Good to see everybody.
Kathleen. There's Karen.
Everybody doing good?
Pretty good.
Better than a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
Sylvia,
Well,
I'm blessed.
yeah, Sylvia and I had a piece of carrot cake for dessert tonight.
how nice.
I
Very
just
nice.
want to make you all feel bad.
So, thank you all for being here tonight for our weekly evening meditation. I think this has been a really interesting week, kind of full of a lot of mixed and interesting emotions. We did not have our book club last night. We're taking a little break, and I know that I missed it. I missed the discussion, and I missed the kind of the immersion into the discussions that we've been having all week, which in many ways have informed this meditation. But I also love being able to kind of come in and see where the universe is directing us to focus our spirituality and our intentions this week. And so we're going to do what we always do, the beautiful earth magic cards, letting us not dictate, but guide how we focus ourselves in the coming few days, in the coming week. I'm glad to see that everybody is healthy and lots of smiles. I think that this group, this community, really keeps us moving forward through everything that we've been going through. Um, I'll probably comment on this at church more than once, but I've heard people say over and over again, stuff about the year 2020 and how crazy it's been, or how I've heard a lot of how crappy it's been. And like other years, when I hear us during, especially at the end of the year, say, "Oh, good riddance to whatever year that is," it really begins to that concerns me, because there's a lot of things that have been our challenges this year. But as we have seen, as we've talked about so often in our book discussion groups, or our spirit salons, or even our death cafes, there's a lot of joy out there. And if we throw everything out because of our challenges, then that means we've thrown out the joys that we've received as a result of those challenges. So I invite everyone to really rethink how you think of this year as it's gone on, now that we're at the halfway point, and begin to see it as certainly a way to strengthen ourselves and to embolden ourselves and to learn more things about ourselves and each other, but also to realize that it, like every other year before it, is a gift. Every day, every moment of every year is a gift. And so I really kind of I do this meditation with that awareness that whatever we're going through, we have each other, and it's a gift. So with that in mind, y'all know what to do. I'm gonna shuffle them in front of you. All right. I love this part. All right, so our top card is, oh, wow, tsunami. Wake up call. Wake up call. I love this card. Really, so much because of what I've just been saying. I think the wake up call at this point is not just what we've seen in COVID, or with our facing some of our issues about racism and classism and economic issues, but the wake up call for those of us that already know that we're in the wake up call, to not lose sight of that wake up call. So I love this card, and let's read a little bit about it. And then, of course, whatever your personal wake up call is from hearing and seeing that card. Tsunami wake-up call. One of the scariest and more destructive of natural phenomena, along with volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes. A tsunami occurs when a large volume of water is suddenly and rapidly displaced. It's triggered by an undersea disturbance, typically an earthquake volcanic eruption that causes a series of powerful waves to travel across the ocean at speeds up to 500 miles per hour. Yet on that open ocean, the height of these waves seems so small that they can generally pass unnoticed. As these waves, collectively called a tsunami, get closer to the shoreline, their height increases enormously, even as their speed slows to 50 miles per hour. The distance between the waves or the trough can be considerable, taking 20 to 30 minutes from wave to wave. If the trough hits the land first, the water recedes rapidly and dramatically, followed within minutes by an enormous wave that initially comes as a surge. This receding is a clear sign of an impending tsunami. We can't outrun the wave that follows, but we can avoid being swept up in the destruction by moving to higher ground. You are getting a wake-up call. We are getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life, our life, typically one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring, yet you know also that it is time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there is no need to amplify it more than it already is. Often when you look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadowed its happening. There may be obvious clues that you have ignored, or omens that were so subtle they were easy to dismiss as imaginings of the mind, rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up on clues, and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches the land. To negotiate this wake-up call, listen closely to your instincts, while at the same time seeking the higher ground of spiritual truth. So, wake-up call after wake-up call after wake-up call. But tonight, it's about hearing the voice of our own instinct. So in this meditation, this allows us the opportunity to get in touch with that voice, our own unique voice and our own individual voice, and then to see what that individual instinct about our own lives may be saying about the lives of our community, the lives that are outside of us, that are still a part of us. So with that, let us enter into our meditation this evening. I'm going to mute everybody, take off your video. Looks like we're ready to go. Again, we're listening, listening, listening to the sound of our own voice, our intuition. So as we settle ourselves and become relaxed, let's just begin by paying attention to our breath, our own breath, the way that we are breathing, slow and deeply. And so rather than have us breathe together, I'm going to have us really focus on our own breathing in and breathing out for a few minutes. Just pay attention to that breath going in and coming out. Slowly and deeply. At the pace that is most comfortable to us to how our day has gone today, to how we're feeling, our very own breath, in and out. And as we attach our breathing to the sound of the tones, with every inhale, we draw in as much oxygen as we can. We hold it for a moment. We imagine that oxygen working magic on our soul, on our physical bodies, on our emotional selves, just for a moment. And then, as we exhale with intention, with deliberateness, at the end of that breath, we are more relaxed than we were before we took that breath in. So as we breathe in, we are being cleansed and purified. As we exhale, we are becoming more and more relaxed at our own pace. And as that tone drifts away, we begin to focus in this stillness on what is inside, where our heart is, where our solar plexus is. We begin to listen for the deeper voice within. For the deeper voice within we begin to realize is actually the divine that is without. As expansive as we've always sensed the divine presence. We begin to understand the depth of the divine presence inside. as we remember how we've seen the universe expanding, stars, nebula, clouds in the sky. We now turn inward and discover the depth of what is there. Our unique voice is the divine presence. And so we don't have to listen for what that voice is saying just yet. But let's at least try to hear what it sounds like to us, so that when it has something to say, we can hear it and listen. So deep within ourselves and going deeper with every breath, let us listen for that voice deep within. Does our voice shout to us? Or does it whisper into our soul? Does it speak to us through music or sound? Or does our voice appear to us as a vision, as light, as image? here in this stillness of our heart, we begin tonight to align with that voice. That voice that doesn't order or command or shame. It's that voice that with such love and care and understanding and encouragement and compassion reveals to us the choices that we have, the opportunities and the possibilities that we choose. We know we've wanted that voice to tell us what to do, but our deepest self wants our earthly self to know how to make that choice for ourselves here. And so tonight is a night that we can begin to establish a new relationship, perhaps, with that deep self. One that can be directed and that can assume the responsibility of the choices and possibilities and opportunities that we are being given, that are being revealed to us every moment of every day. This is our wake-up call. The wake-up call to hear our own voice and to have the courage to look at what its revelations are showing us and to choose confidently, enthusiastically, and compassionately. So let's relax, just relax that voice. Our deepest self, our parent, our child, our mother and father, our friends and our enemies, all make up this voice. And as we do during all of our meditations, aligned with this voice, in this space, this ethereal space that connects us from wherever we are, we open ourselves to sensing the presence of those who are here tonight, and maybe even those who may participate in this meditation beyond tonight. Allow ourselves to expand beyond this voice that we've just discovered, to feel the presence of the voice who is with us as we've made this journey together tonight and beyond. We can open ourselves to those we've seen that are on this session. And we can open our hearts to everyone who may join us at another time, or even on another evening here in this meditation. Because as we discover our individual voices, we will need to align with our one voice. This is our wake-up call. It's not an alarm clock. It's not even a tsunami. It's simply a wake-up call. Are we hearing it? Will we answer it? Are we waking up? Every day when we get out of bed, we can ask ourselves that question. I've gotten up, but am I waking up? When we're in the middle of our day, we can ask ourselves, have I been waking up today? This is our wake-up call. And so deep in this sense of peace and connection, let's choose together, as we return together to the earthly space that we've just left, let's choose to hear the wake-up call together. Let's choose to answer it. Let's choose to wake up ourselves and each other. And I want us to begin to slowly inhabit our bodies again, very slowly. Just allow it kind of to just filter in, to just fill in the spaces of your physical self, slowly and easily. And as you do, imagine the bell that you're hearing coming from a distance. Ringing. Getting louder. Calling. And waking. We are more and more present. We are more and more awake. In this state of awakeness, we are at peace. In this state of awakeness, we are energized. In this state of awakeness, we are present. And as the tone drifts away, we can open our eyes and experience each other again. Really feeling the journey that we've been on together. This collective wave of voice and presence, intuition, intention, inspiration. This is our wake-up call. And I thank you for being here for that wake-up call. And in whatever way we can this week, I know we see how much we can put out that wake-up call for people that we encounter along the way. I hope you have a great evening. It's a beautiful night. It's been warm, very warm. I heard that it's it's one of the biggest heat waves we've ever had here in this area. So stay safe, stay hydrated, wash your hands, and we will see you again later this week.
One thing, Rob.
Yes.
Kathleen, are you there? I think you're still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're going to have a class on past lives on the first Saturday in August, led by Martha Stein. I'm the hostess, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
you'll see it on the website to register. And then I will do another class in the late fall on, he's doing it from Edgar Casey's perspective. I'm doing it from Brian Weiss.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's so interesting.
Very
I might wait for yours.
Okay, well, they'll both be good, but that's fine. And Karen, I don't know if you're interested in past lives.
Yes, I'm interested. You had mentioned Edgar Casey. Is she not doing that?
Well, that's it. In two classes, the last Saturday in July is Edgar Casey Healing, and the first Saturday in August is Edgar Casey Past Lives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. I will talk to you guys all later. Love you.
Thanks, everybody. Well,
Good night.
good night.
Good night. Good seeing you, Karen. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.